No.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's switch to a longer.
We can switch to a longer drive. Let's switch. Hey guys, welcome once again to a very, very special episode of Mic'd Up. Today's guest is very, very close to me, a very special person to me, very close to my heart, exceptional brother, father, and friend, and just overall an amazing person. And that is Jessie T Usher.
What up?
Welcome. So,
Thank you.
And then if
Can you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, you're all mic'd up. Don't even worry about it.
Am I mic'd up?
Yeah. And we got this, sorry for the small couch.
It's all right.
We
thought we wanted our knees to touch.
together. So we got a very special episode today because as a lot of people know, and I know, your new favorite sport is now golfing.
Oh yeah.
So
I gave basketball enough of a try. And I figured,
gave it a try?
I mean, after I did that one crossover and made the shot, I figured I'd done it all. So I was like, let me just get to something else. And then when I hit this hole in one, then I'll switch to something else after this. But for right now, it's golf.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Now, real cool thing about being mic'd up and bringing you on, and of course everybody knows and we all know we have a great relationship. Can you let them know your basketball name? We're gonna go into some really fun facts.
I mean, because I'm a street legend.
Yeah, just give them your street legend.
I mean, name. It was COD, Crossover Deluxe is the most. Yeah, that's the
one you're known for.
Yeah, that's the one I'm known for. Like if I go to Dyckman in New York and I get on the court, they go, oh, COD. And I gotta calm everybody back down again.
And
word spreads fast in basketball.
Very fast.
Quick.
And if N1 wasn't like in their limbo state, you probably would have.
I was too young to get into it when it was hot, and it don't make sense to really get into it now. Now golf seems to be the thing that's a little more.
Yeah.
So
it's just more of a calling. So,
right.
Now that we've established that your basketball career was never gonna happen,
it crescendoed already, and then it came back down to reality.
Okay, so we're here at City Golf. It's a virtual golf course. I haven't done one of these before. You have.
Yeah, I did one. Well, I played around with it a little bit.
Okay, so it's a virtual golf course. We're gonna be able to play a range. I think we're just gonna range hit and see how we do.
Okay.
Luckily, we won't lose no balls.
Never say never.
If you guys happen to see a camera go out in the middle of this entire show, you understand entirely why. Before,
might have to switch my glove. It's usually what it is.
Right. So before we get over here and we start swinging, and how do you think we should do this? We probably swing from the driver up or down. Now remember, you're gonna be mic'd up.
Okay.
We tried to appeal to the kids.
Okay. Fair.
Feel free, just let it be natural. That's the point of being mic'd up. Let it be natural. But if you kill a squirrel,
we gotta edit that out.
Yes. So before we get into actually seeing your
seeing where I've taken my greatness to.
Yes.
Yeah, off the court onto the course.
Before we get into that,
let's
go over a couple of fun facts I want to talk about. I don't feel like there's not enough fun facts about you out there.
All right.
So one, you're a leap year baby.
Leap year baby. February 29th. Shout out to my other leap year babies.
This year, I think I saw a fun fact that only like 5 million leap year babies are alive right now.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
which is that's not bad. That's like I think 1%.
Dang.
That's pretty rare, right? Because 7 billion people, that's pretty
rare.
low. So
that is low.
You got to celebrate your.
I got the chance to celebrate my 8th birthday this year. It's long awaited. I haven't celebrated a birthday since 2020, and we all know how that went. So, so this year we're going to reinvent what it feels like to have a leap year, and make this one.
Now, when
not shut the world
baby.
down. Shout out to all my leap year babies. Happy birthday to everybody that was born this year, February 29th. But yeah, this was 2024. I finally turned 8.
8 years old. Okay.
Finally.
I believe your daughter's catching up to you.
Yeah, she's actually very excited about her next birthday. We'll both get to be 8 at the same time for a few years.
Yes.
She's been talking about it since she's realized that I was a leap year baby.
That's always a fun thing to do, right? To
I
be
guess.
the same age.
I never thought about that actually until she said it.
Until she said, hey, we're celebrating our 8th birthday together.
I was like, dang, I guess we're doing a conjoined party.
That's always fun. Okay, another fun fact that I want to touch is before all these shows that are like so huge now, The Boys, Survivor's Remorse, Level Up, Independence Day. I mean, we can go on and on, but then we won't be able to golf. You were, was this, now I remember Simba on Lion King.
Well, the Lion King Broadway thing was like, so Disney does this training program where they pretty much use it to scout who they want to be in the Broadway play or in the off-Broadway play. So I went out there for the training program, and it's like a few months, and you have to live in New York to do it and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, me and my mom moved to like right outside, we were in Jersey, did the whole program, finished it all, loved it, you know, learned pretty much the entire play, and then they choose who they want to be. And they picked me to do the role. But those days, well, probably still nowadays, that Disney contract says that you're not allowed to have parents on site. So you know, moms wasn't having it.
Moms is not having it. Made it all the way, and then the contract said no parents on site. And moms is not gonna have it. Have that.
Rightfully so. You know what I mean? I was like 7, 8 years old.
I mean, you know, getting older, and once you start having your own kid, you start to realize. You know, you don't realize until you have to deal with it, some of the decisions that your parents make, that our parents made as a kid, where we were like so frustrated about it.
Right, but now it makes perfect sense.
Now it makes perfect sense, because then you understand it, you see the experience.
My daughter is the same age now that I was when I went into that program. So like telling me that I would have to leave her backstage with somebody else, like a wrangler they call them, which I understand in the business, you know what I mean? It's way less hectic behind the scenes, so on and so forth, but you just know your own kid. And sometimes your kid needs you, not a wrangler. And if it just doesn't work out, then you got to pull the plug. And that's just one of those situations.
Especially at such a young age, you need a parent and not somebody that's being paid to babysit.
Exactly. You know, they don't pay the same level of attention.
Exactly. So I want to just touch base. When you're doing something that young and it's so early, and everything's going good, and you're hearing Disney Channel and these big names and everything you dream of, especially if you're a child actor and you want to be an actor growing up, like, was that your first time ever sitting there and going, oh my God, this might actually work? Am I actually going to be a big time actor?
Actually, no.
No?
Nah, I didn't think, those thoughts didn't cross my mind until I was about 17.
Okay.
Prior to that, it was more so like, I enjoyed singing and dancing, so doing this play with songs that I'm already familiar with was just feeding my right then and there desires, you know what I mean? Like I can sing songs that I like, and I can just dance, and you meet a bunch of cool people, and like you get paid too, so you know what I mean? It's like all of these things that I like, but I never cared about if it was gonna be a career or if it was gonna be successful or whatever. I never knew what that meant necessarily until I got out to Los Angeles. And I had some conversations with guys like Peter DeLuise up in Vancouver when I was shooting Level Up. And he sort of put it into perspective for me of like, hey, if you treat this right, it can work out for you. You know what I mean? And you can continue to do this for the rest of your life.
Right.
Like it'll pay you enough. You know, you might not, everyone doesn't always make it to a Will Smith or a Leonardo DiCaprio or whatever it is, but you'll make a living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can do what you love doing in doing so. So that changed the way that I looked at this industry, because prior to then it was just like a hobby. It was just having fun.
And that's I think, you know, noticing it, being in and out of all different industries, I've noticed that one of the biggest mistakes that some people make is not giving it your all, and always like planning for the backup plan. So then that first plan never really gets full attention. So you can't really be mad when you're not being chosen over the person who's giving their heart and soul over it, and you know that's it. But then there's also those who go way too deep in and then throw their life away trying to acquire a dream that is, you know, it's
just a dream.
It's just a dream, yeah.
I mean, I think there's always like a nice middle ground of applying yourself, but not taking yourself out of a realistic situation. You know what I mean? I used to say that all the time about people who would come out to Los Angeles only for pilot season.
Yeah.
I'm saying you're only giving yourself a small window when the majority of the people who are coming are all coming at the same time.
Right.
So it's just like you put yourself into the biggest pool of people, and you're only here during this time. Like casting directors are like,
overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. How can the casting directors get to know you and be able to like fit you into where you're supposed to be in that window of time? So I always looked at that like, I don't know if that's the right idea, if this is what you really want.
Yeah.
But I understand at the same time you having a life where you got to go to school, and because when we're young, you got to go to school. Or for people who work, like you got to work. Yeah. And this just seems like the only time that you can invest. So like I understand, but there's always a middle ground. It just depends on the person. It's very specific to like you know what I mean? But you do gotta, like you said, you gotta put your foot on the gas if this is something that you want to do.
Right.
You gotta be consistent.
Yeah, and if you can't put your gas on two different pedals, you gotta pick and choose.
You gotta pick and choose.
Now, before everything just really started picking up, you have a passion that is beyond acting.
What's that?
And that's your cooking.
Oh, I thought you was going in the drug deal. I didn't know. No,
we're not gonna speak about your we're not gonna speak about your illegal activities. How you used to like sell Beanie Babies that you used to get backdoor out of Toys R Us.
Profitable business.
Well, there was that article where they single-handedly blamed you for Toys R Us going out of business.
Yeah, but I worked all that out with the giraffe, and everything is cool now.
Okay.
So what I mean.
So that was
pinned that down to his bad gambling decisions, and it has nothing to do with me.
Right. It has nothing to do with the fact that Beanie Babies were coming up missing everywhere nationwide.
That's okay. Profit-wise, it only cost him $17. So I'm just saying, it's either me or the $17 million he put down in blackjack. Y'all decide.
This is true.
Y'all decide.
And giraffes are known for having gambling addictions. I read that somewhere.
Yeah, it was in Madagascar. I think they talked about it
one time.
It was the medical thing and the gambling that they talked about.
Huge problems. But yeah, so the cooking.
Yeah, so the cooking. You know what I mean? So cooking was probably my first passion. My mom put me in the kitchen very, very young. A lot like what I did with my daughter. I sort of put her to the stove and just seen if she was interested in it, something she might want to do. And I fell in love with it. I cooked with my mom, I cooked with my grandma. That was sort of like bonding time for us. And then I took it and it became my own personal thing. And I took that into my young adulthood when it came time to pick a career. Acting wasn't the one that I wanted to do. Yeah. It was there, it was a hobby. I did it for fun, but I needed to learn something in college. I needed to perfect a craft. I chose cooking.
Right.
That was my baby. So, and it's still my baby. I love cooking.
I mean, look, I don't like apple pies. We always talk about I only eat your apple pie. You're a phenomenal baker, and my whole life I've always only eaten your apple pie. I'm not a fan of apple pies. I don't know what you do differently.
Look, but it's that drug life that I talked about.
the sprinkles. All right, so listen, we're gonna move on, and I think let's start off with the driver. We have City Golf has hooked us up with a couple of drivers over here to try. Then you have your set, I have my set. So let's see what kind of drives we can get going, and then we'll do some more questions while you're driving, and maybe you'll be able to think about the answer while you're swinging.
All right, I like that.
All right, so let's move over there.
Okay.
You've been in LA most of your life now.
I have.
Originally from PG County.
Yep.
Maryland, DC. Whichever one you want to claim, because they're all in the border.
Yeah.
It's the DMV altogether.
It's the DMV, baby.
And to play off a pun of one of your shows, is there a such thing of survivor's remorse in your mind?
Ooh, interesting.
Because that's, the difference. And there's still a lot of family that's back there, and we visit, and there's family all around, but
Yeah.
So go ahead and take your swing first. Put some thought into it, take your swing.
Okay. This is with my baby right here. She's been with me through thick and thin. So we're gonna see if she treats me right out here today, or if I'm gonna replace her with one of these. Because I'm telling you, anybody can get the chopping block. She might be all right.
That tee flew right to me.
Did it?
Yeah.
Pass back. Thank you.
Look, 230. 237 on the green.
237. 237.
237. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Look, she can stay for now.
She came out
swinging.
That's how you know he's an actor, because he came to show out when you put the camera on him, because he does not golf like this ever.
I'm a strong 160. I'm a strong 160.
Is heavy.
That's an interesting question, though. I think I probably would feel a little bit more of survivor's remorse if I hadn't been the type of person to like constantly always check on my people.
Right.
You know what I mean? I do already have my parents here, as you know, my sister's here. Those are like people that I'm closest with. And I feel like they're right here with me. So I don't feel like I've left them behind. And then when it comes to like my grandma and like my uncles and aunts that I've been close to, I've been here for 20 years, literally telling them to come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, y'all can live in my house. If you want to come work with us, you can come work. We can find a way to do it, or at least just come visit. And oftentimes they've just been cool doing their own thing. So I don't feel like, you know, I'm doing something and I'm leaving people behind, because I'm always reaching back. Like, you sure you want to, you know, at whatever capacity you want to come to a premiere, come to a premiere. You want to move out and work in the production company that we build, and then come out and move out. But
right.
If they want to do their own thing, I'm perfectly happy just letting them do their own thing too, because everybody has their own path, you know what I mean? And if they need something, they know they can call me. Within reason, of course. Of course.
I called him for $1 million once.
Yeah, but I ain't have it. You know?
Right.
That's the thing is like, I asked him back.
I hung up and he called me right back. He said, I want to borrow $1 million. So
right,
actually, I brought my tea.
Yo, you brought your own tea?
I brought my own tea. I got my martini.
Let's see what your old trusty could do.
My old trusty. I got my martini tea.
Uh-huh. Let's see what your old trusty got.
Yeah, so I got my martini tea. This is it right here. It's the pink one, you know. I normally have pink golf balls too, but
we got some.
We got some?
I think so. You got some in your bag?
No, not in the bag. They somehow, some way they vanished.
The trees took them, huh?
The trees, the squirrels.
Those Harry
crazy.
Potter trees.
You can hit
that.
A perfect shot, and a squirrel can just pick the ball up.
Pick it up and run with it.
Mm-hmm. And just take it outside.
I heard squirrels do like pink.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see what I got. Yours was what, 230?
237.
237. Oof. This is with our own clubs.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Ooh.
That ain't gonna be 237. It's off to the left.
It's gonna get down there though.
185.
185.
It's not bad.
What did it carry? 139.
Carry
you just gotta
139.
get up underneath it.
I didn't get underneath it. I didn't.
That's all. He didn't have enough space in the shorts to like really get the ball going. That's all. You just need to.
So let's switch. You want to switch over and try one of these other ones?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's try one of these other ones, and then I'll get you with another question.
What they got?
They got Big Bertha.
Let's go Big Bertha.
Got this one. You want to do Big Bertha?
Yeah, I'll go Bertha
Big
first.
Bertha.
I'll go
this
Bertha.
one.
Bertha's a little shorter than my normal club, isn't it? Yeah, Bertha's kind of
shorter than all the clubs.
Bertha's a shorty.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder she's so thick. I'm sorry. My bad. I couldn't help myself.
Another fun fact, of course, Usher, no relations.
No relation. No, been saying it my whole life.
The whole entire life. But you know what? There's a fun thing that I actually never forgot since we were little. And I think that's when I was like, okay, well, basketball might not work out. So I think I'll take entertainment more serious. And I was picking out a stage name. Mm-hmm. And I was gonna actually change my name as a stage name, which is my original government name is Michelangelo, even though nobody ever believes me.
Facts.
So I remember we were talking about it, and I expressed it to you, and I said, the biggest issue was if you look up Usher, the first thing that's gonna pull up is Google is gonna be Usher. If I look up Michelangelo, the first thing that's gonna pull up is somebody from the 1800s. That I don't even know why he's still so damn relevant. Obviously, of course, and the Ninja Turtles. But I expressed that to you, and then you said your exact words were, "Who cares? Work hard enough, get yourself known enough to the point where you start going up in the line. Where if he does pull up, you sit there right next to him." And where did you pull that from when you told me that? I mean, I think you were 14, 15 at the time.
I don't know. I think it's just because I had been dealing with the Usher thing for so long.
Right.
I was just fed up. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of advice that people in the industry would give me.
Yeah.
If people Google your name, it's like, oh, do you care that like if somebody Googles Jessie Usher, the Usher videos come up? And I'm like, no, well, I never really cared about being that relevant in the first place. Cause you gotta remember, this was for fun.
Yeah.
I didn't care if it was a hit, you know what I mean? Like, so I was like, why do the people keep comparing me to this person that has nothing to do with me? And if I do good in what I'm doing, then like my name will be there too. So it just made the most sense. And And you know, I'm still grinding it out. Because if you still Google Jessie Usher, you'll see a lot more Jessie Usher now if you put the Jessie in there.
Oh, at one point in time, he was on your picture.
Yeah, bro, it would be 10 Ushers and 1 Jessie, but now there's 10 Jessies and 1 Usher. So
they also tried to play you for about 6 months with Jet Jackson.
Yeah, that was in there. It was like that's just how this game works, though.
Yeah.
So that's my advice to like people who are always worried about the external impact. You know what I mean? Do you so well that your name becomes undeniably known. Like your presence is undeniable. And then none of this other stuff will matter. Focus on the work and then the rest will sort of follow.
There it is.
You know?
All right, well, let's see if you can beat that 237 now.
Yeah, let's focus on it. Come on,
Move
Big.
back here, Nyla.
Big Beezy.
Aren't you supposed to be doing homework?
Big, yeah.
Oh, you need help with.
You need help? Okay.
We'll come over there right now.
I'm gonna smack this 350 and then I'm gonna help you. Okay. I'm gonna have to get a little lower. This one's a little.
Okay, let's see.
Ooh, Lord.
I have a teacher right now.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Paper.
Yeah. Let's see.
Short though.
Proofreading marks.
Ooh, 135. We're not gonna tell nobody about that.
Okay, yeah. You
Practice swing.
She was just asking. So Jessie kind of caught on to me. Big Bertha is a women's driver.
It's all short. I'm like, I don't know, man. Something feels off about it.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
Is it? I don't know.
No wonder my drive was about 100 yards short.
That's all I gotta beat. I gotta beat this time.
But you gotta do it with that driver too, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
nah.
okay.
We gotta stick it out.
All right, I was gonna switch it out secretly. Let's see.
Still probably gonna get me. Oh yeah.
Looking for ball.
So 0 yards.
How do I hit it out of bounds on a virtual?
I don't know. Was it not placed? It might not have been placed.
Might have been not placed. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Hitting out of bounds on a virtual course is pretty. That's new age.
There you go. Now you win.
Now I'm in. All right, cool. No.
Uh-oh. Let's switch to a longer.
We can switch to a longer driver. Let's switch to a longer driver. We'll do one more drive and then we'll switch to the other clubs.
All right.
I think we'll do this A1 smoke.
All right. Here, you do the smoke. I'm gonna do the stealth.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna get this 10.5 loft though.
Yeah.
There it is. 10.5. I just learned what lofts are. Jessie, what did you say the loft was?
It's just the club face. So, the lower the number, the flatter the club.
Okay.
So a 10.5 is a little straighter than a 12 would be, which is gonna be a little higher. Mm-hmm. So I was swinging on a 12, which was my normal, because I wanted my ball to go up a little bit higher. It's supposed to help with the spin and so that I can see what's happening with it.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't good enough for it to make a difference at all. So I might as well just go back to a 10.5 now.
Right.
Which is what I'm gonna do. I'll probably leave from here and go over to Roger Dunn.
They sell them here too, actually.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they sell drivers. They sell
nice.
drivers here.
They got them for the low?
Might. We have to text Brian.
Tell Brian to call us.
All right. So before you swing this one, I want to see. So
I'm gonna take a practice. Go ahead.
Go ahead, take a practice. So, fun fact: Jessie's a warm-up All-American on golf. Look how perfect the swing is. The swing is perfect. We'll cut the other camera for that one. The swing is perfected. Do it one more time for me. Look at that. Now watch when he hits the ball. It's almost like when you see somebody like before the game starts, they're just bam, three-pointer, bam, three-pointer, bam, three-pointer. First play of the game, air ball.
Dang.
Pretty. I mean,
this won't be an air ball though.
But it looks nice.
Yeah,
though.
the warm-up always looks.
The warm-up All-American is heavy. So, moving on. Before I want to touch into deeper things that you have to deal with your career. Level Up. I mean, #1 show on Cartoon Network at the time. Survivor's Remorse, #1 show on Stars at the time, and it's even more relevant than it was at the time it was live, and it was still, I think, Stars' #1 show. Now The Boys is also huge, number one. I mean, their streaming numbers are crazy. It's annihilation. I mean, I only have Prime for The Boys.
That's love. That's love. That's love. That's love.
So, but you know, when you did a Level Up, you did Survivor's Remorse. They were at their peaks. They're doing so well, and both of those came to an abrupt end.
Right.
Like right at a peak.
Right.
How were you able to, or how did you actually tackle those type of that type of news that was given to you, where you're being told, hey, one day this show's doing great.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You're doing great. Everything's so good.
Yep.
And then the next day they're like, but it's all over.
Right. Yeah. And then they don't pick up the call after.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. The first time it happened, I think I was just more confused than anything. Right. With Level Up, because it seemed like the show was doing this, and then they just pulled the plug on it. And I was like, does that happen? Because, you hear about shows getting canceled, so on and so forth, and you always think there's a reason behind it.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, like, well, what the heck happened? Because the show is doing well and blah, 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 and whatever.
Well, did you
we
think
never
about
got
blaming
answers.
yourself?
No, I never thought about blaming myself, but I wanted to know why. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's me, tell me.
Yeah.
I never thought like, oh shoot, it might have been me. I was always just like, if it's us, let us know. If it's y'all, tell us. Yes. You know what I mean? So that we're not sitting at home.
Give us an answer.
Yeah, give us some type of answer. I just felt like we owed each other that, because we put a lot into these projects. So Level Up, I never really got an answer for. It was just a network thing. They were changing gears a little bit, and our show just so happened to be on that cusp, and they cut it. So it is what it is. With Survivor's Remorse, that was crazy, because the show was doing way better with each season. They had greenlit the show for the next season and then pulled the plug.
Yeah.
So the writers were already writing the scripts for the next season. You know what I mean? Like, the show was written to end on the 5th season, not on the 4th. Everyone was ready to go back to start shooting again, and then they just pulled it. So that one, I was a little more upset at that, because now we're invested in it. We're not in limbo where they're like, could go, could not, and then they say not. Yeah, this was like, we're going.
It's going. It's happening.
We've ended 4 because 5 is happening. Yeah. You know what I mean? If not, we would have had a different ending for 4.
Right.
But they specifically said, nah, we're going to keep this thing, but we're going to keep it rolling, and we'll end on 5. Everybody's cool with that. We gone. We know when we coming back. The writer's already there. We're talking about the story. We know what's about to happen to the characters, and then they just pulled the plug on it. So that one, I was kind of like.
Did you feel a type of way for your audience? Because I mean, we get it sometimes. We get fans all the time where they stop you in the streets and they're like, "Hey, man, like,
what happened?
What happened? What's gonna happen next? Is there gonna be season 5? Because I need answers, because they left it."
Yes.
So do you feel that some type of way for your fans and the people that actually follow you in that show?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, we're doing it for them. You know what I mean? We're structuring this thing. We're putting our heart and soul in it for them. The people who are invested in the show. I don't care about the critics. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's nice to have a show that critics appreciate or that they gloat about or whatever. But you do the show for the people who watch the show. And for those people, we made a choice for them to give them a 5th season to tie up this series in a certain way. And then that opportunity got taken from us. So I do feel a certain way about that. Sometimes I feel bad. Like, if I'm invested in the show and then it just disappears, I'm like, well, what happened?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, say something. So
that's tough.
Yeah, it was tough. The Survivor's Remorse thing was a little bit tough, but that was forces that were so far from us that it no longer made it personal for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I was able to just come to terms with it and just sort of shrug it off. You know what I mean? I'm like, there's absolutely no, I couldn't have done that show for free and got it to another season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's absolutely
nothing that could have been done
Nothing.
that made that happen. And of course, we know that was, I think, LeBron James' first time ever being a producer on the show. That was his first project. That was his, I would say his baby and his kind of like testing project, right? Before and then right after everything else, and then now they had all the other episodes, all the other shows launching now. So you never know.
They launched Spring Hill Production Company with that show. That was their introduction to the industry.
Well, that's not a bad place to be.
Not a bad intro. Not a bad intro. I got a chance to kick it with Braun a couple times. Went to some games. So it did its thing.
All right,
and then I'm gonna take all of that aggression out on this drive. No, I'm just playing.
brought out some deep darkness.
I wanted a fifth.
Wait, I got a duck and let me move Nala out the way. Let me get behind the camera, guy. All right, let's see.
All right, let's see. One more.
There goes All American. Okay, the distance still is 237.
237 to beat. All right,
237 to beat.
Let's see if we can do it. That's funny.
Ooh.
Nah, it's short.
That might be it.
Nah, it's a low boy. Ooh. See, that's why I need my old faithful back.
So you need Old Faithful?
You can't trust these new ones. I think I want a part 2 on this one.
That's not as bad as my 33.
At least it was your special number.
At least it was my special number. All right, hold on 1 second. All right, let's see how I do now.
Nice. Sound good.
Sounded good.
Where we at?
Off to the left.
2 something though.
2 something though. 216. I was doing so much better off camera. That was
216.
216, but it kind of like
Yeah, it was,
over there to the family of squirrels.
we might need a redo on these. That was a little struggle. I think we just, because we took a while. We cooled off.
Cooled off.
Yep.
You want to do a redo on these, or should we change up clubs?
Let's do one more.
You want to do one more? Do one more. Let's do it.
All right.
Was during Independence Day when they're really trying to force on you played Will Smith's son growing up. Mm-hmm. And then they were really trying to force on the replacement of Will Smith in Independence Day and, sit you guys together, take pictures together. They were really, really going around that storyline for you. Mm-hmm. How did you personally feel almost being told that you're going to be shadowing Will Smith or maybe following footsteps or replacement, or like try to putting Jessie T Usher next to the Will Smith category and name out of like that career, and thinking and them saying, well, are you ready to be here?
Right. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were asking me if I was ready to fill those shoes. To be honest with you, it started to weigh in on me for a little bit. Mm-hmm. It started to creep into my subconsciousness, especially after I realized I was going to be doing the project. Yeah. When the project was on the table and I was like, I want to do this, it never crossed my mind. But then when I found out I was going to be doing it, that's the only thing that people talked about. So it started to creep in a little bit.
Did you feel like it was overshadowing Jessie T Usher performing in that project?
It probably would have.
Yes.
But I had that conversation early on with my dad, and I was like, I don't know if I could fill these shoes, or like if this role is even written, to be received in this way, because the role was not written for my character to be the hero.
Not the way Independence Day was written for Will Smith.
Will Smith was written to be exactly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the guy in that movie, and he still stole the show even being in that position. So like he doubled down on it, but like I felt like my character wasn't given the same role within the story to even have that level of success. But I could do enough with it, you know what I mean, to where I can feel comfortable. I could feel, satisfied with what comes of it. But my dad was like, honestly, he was just straightforward with me. He's like, that performance ain't got nothing to do with this. It's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not in the movie, you are. Like, what are you gonna do in this? He made it more about me. He turned my mind around before it got out of control, because easily I can naturally, you know what I mean, with 7,000 people pushing that narrative, it's gonna start to creep into my mind. But my dad instantly kind of just wiped all that out and made me feel comfortable in my own shoes again, so that I can just do me and make whatever movie this was gonna be, you know what I mean? And collaborate with Roland and the writers that they had, and just sort of ask them what they wanted this new character to be like, instead of trying to like reinvent what Will did, because this is just a different movie. Yeah. So, shout out to Pops. He really,
there it is.
Shout out to my dad.
That's a good way to understand it, when everybody's trying to tell you to fill somebody else's shoes, it's
like, no, I got my own I gotta walk in.
Exactly.
I got my own shoes I gotta walk in.
Thing. All right, let's see. He wanted to retry this.
I just want to see if it, if it's me or if it's the club. I think it's the club though.
It might be the club.
All right, here we go. Oh, ooh. Ooh.
You'll be fine.
Not over there in the Gopher's house.
It's the Gopher's house.
It's definitely
for sure.
the club. I think
It's definitely the club? Yeah, it's for sure the club. Let me see. I got the different you know what? I'll try that one. Let's see if it is that club. I'll try that one this time.
Try that one.
Yeah, let's see if it is the club.
It's got to be the club.
I'll give that one.
That's the only thing that makes
Callaway
sense,
smoke,
honestly, is that it's the
didn't
club.
do me too bad, but it wasn't.
Couldn't be
liking.
us.
Couldn't be us. All right, let's see. Get this going. All right.
I'm already on my last page.
Nice.
And then back where I started.
Yep. No, lost the ball again.
How does that happen?
I don't know. But somehow, some way, I'm losing the ball on a virtual course.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm 2 balls down. You know, we made a joke about this. We always joked about it before we started was, there's no way we can lose balls.
Yeah, you lost too.
I'm 2 in.
Now you see how the pink ones vanished. Yes, ma'am.
And then back where I started.
Do these.
All right, well, that's a grounder.
Yeah, it's the club.
It's the club, definitely the
It's
club.
the club. Which one is it?
Yeah. Some brand we're not gonna buy.
Yeah.
Some brand we're not gonna buy. That's all right.
Yeah, it's the club.
After swinging those drivers for a while, I figured we just sit down real quick.
This is usually when we hit the snack shop and get
Right, we're 9 holes in. Get the glizzies.
Get the glizzy.
Get the glizzies. You eat glizzies on the golf course?
Absolutely,
we eat
man.
glizzies on the golf course.
Absolutely.
We all eat glizzies on
glizzy
the golf course.
gobblers.
Glizzy gobblers for sure. Balls, but hey, listen, on the golf course, I'm a
Golf course,
gobbler.
Yeah.
I'm the green gobbler.
I'm a 2 glizzy kind of guy.
I'm a 4 glizzy guy.
You're a 4 glizzy?
You see me knock down 4 glizzies.
That's crazy.
I get hungry.
Those are unrealistic numbers. 4 glizzies?
You know what? To be honest with you, I could do more.
That's crazy.
I just don't want to be judged.
You
guys
can
already
do
judge
more
me
than
enough.
4 Glocks and play, though?
David judges.
That's crazy because David will knock down 4 Glocks
But
too.
he won't say nothing.
He'll silently
He'll
do 4.
eat 2 silently and come over. He's like, Mike, you gonna do 4 like that? I'm like, I saw you.
Then you'll probably eat 4 before he show up. So when he just have his 1, he can pretend that
exactly.
he's
I
on a
know.
diet. Yeah,
I could do it, man. They're just so good sometimes. You know what? Actually, believe it or not, we actually go. I went golfing last Saturday with a friend of mine. And he told me about this other course out here. I gotta get the name of the course. Might be a new addition.
New Glock?
Not Glocks.
Not Glock?
$1 chicken wings happy hour.
Oh, per wing?
Per wing.
Dang, that's all right. Yeah, we got.
And you can pick and choose too.
Yeah, we might have to do that.
Might have to go. He said from 3 to 6.
Nice.
Now, no, people here might be asking, so I'll probably have Simi put it in the comments. Because I don't remember the name.
Yeah.
But we'll add it to the comments so you guys can join us there too. But it's from 3 to 6, Monday through Friday.
Oh yeah.
And he says it's a public course, but it's never busy.
What?
$1.
What course is this?
It starts with a W. That's all I can remember. $1 chicken wings, and you can tell them whether you want it a flat, or a stick, or a drum.
Yo, that just changed the game.
Change the game. Real quick, what's your favorite iron?
My favorite iron is probably my pitching wedge.
Your pitch? Really?
Yeah, it's probably my pitching wedge.
What's your favorite club in the bag?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, they're so close, but either the pitching wedge or the Nina, my 9 iron it's between those two. Sometimes I really start to feel my 4 iron, but it's so temperamental. You know what I mean? She got an attitude a lot of the time. So,
you know what's crazy is you gave me this 4 iron for Christmas, on the big birthday, and I love it. But it's so temperamental, but it's so close to my heart because you gave it to me. Where I'm like, this thing can do anything to me. And
first time you brought it out though, it was
brought it out. I sent that ball 180.
Yeah, it was hitting
smooth 180 onto the green. I was happy about it. Matter of fact, I might. You know what? I'm gonna start with it.
Start with
get
the 4?
back over there.
All
so.
right.
Going back into it, I just want to get to it. Those are the drivers getting what they deserve.
It's okay, me. It's okay, leave them.
No, that's okay. Don't worry. We'll pick it up when we get over there. Thank you. We have our PA over there, or AD. Her AD. She's doing homework right now.
She's child labor laws. She got to do homework first. You know?
She's going over to analytics for marketing.
Exactly.
Okay, so. Moving on, now you're on, again, like we spoke about, such a huge project, #1 show. I don't even want to go into it. We all know, but we are touch base that season 4 is going to come out June 13th.
Yep.
Are you excited about that?
Heck Yes, I'm excited about it. I've been looking forward to this season. I mean, the strike pushed us back 6-7 months, so it's been a long time, since we shot it. We finished the season a year ago, and it's still, we got a few more months before it comes out. And I think that this season has sort of captured the essence, the best pieces of our previous 3 seasons and sort of bunched them into one. Like we had very in-depth, meaningful storytelling in season 1. Season 2, we expanded on that and we really got to know the characters more. Season 3, we went explosive. So season 4, we have explosive, meaningful, deep, character-driven stories. You know what I mean? We really honed it in. And pushing the boundaries is just what we do. And in this season, they did not hold back.
They don't ever hold back.
Nobody's safe.
Nobody is safe. Nobody's safe. Season 3 put me in, I think after episode 3, I was like,
Yeah.
So they're just gonna
call everybody out. Yeah.
It's all good. All right, well, R.I.P.
Yeah, right.
Right. That's how you get that. And back to before I even ask anything else, I just really thought about this right now. This has been one hell of a project for you because not only have you had to deal with a writer's strike, you had to deal with filming through COVID. You'd have to deal through, of course, in a Canadian COVID.
Yeah, man.
You guys film out there. And
Toronto COVID restrictions were crazy. We had the 2-week quarantine. They had the COVID hotels that you had to stay in if you were to cross the border. Even with a negative test, it didn't matter. You had to stay in this hotel for a certain amount of days. And then you had to go finish out your quarantine in isolation at your house. And they sent officers to your place to make sure you were there.
Oh, they sent real officers. I remember you telling me. I mean, I couldn't. I didn't get to visit you at all. Season 3. I didn't get to do nothing.
Nobody.
I don't think there's been a set I haven't visited since you've been on. There's nothing I haven't gone to. Every season I always come, especially when Moms goes and all that. But yeah, season 3. I mean, it was
I was there by myself.
Yeah.
I was there by my lonely, crying myself to sleep in the shower.
Officers at the door, knocking.
Officers at the door.
That happened to me in Chicago. In Chicago, I went to visit. I remember I was telling you, I went to visit, and for some reason they thought they could schedule a studio appointment at 11 p.m. And as soon as we walked in and turned the lights off, because everything was closed in Chicago, we were the only lights on.
Dang.
Police officer was on the door knocking and telling us to go home or get ticketed.
Yeah, shut it down.
Shut down or go with the cops. So
dang.
Yeah, and then
what a time.
Yeah, right. And then you go over, come back, you're back into motion, and then you have the writer's strike.
Yep. Just when we thought things were gonna get good again, the whole industry shuts down. But just us this time, it wasn't the rest of the world. So it was we got to watch everybody out doing their thing, but we just couldn't do anything.
Right.
And it was a writer's strike first, so actors were still working, but my show was in post-production. And if you guys know anything about this industry, usually showrunners are also writers. So when the writers went on strike, our showrunner went on strike as well. So they couldn't edit, they couldn't, they couldn't do anything. So it's we just knew that our show was gonna be indefinitely pushed back. Right. Some shows were able to say oh, we'll keep close to our dates or whatever. We were with the writers gone, there's absolutely nothing we can do. We need our writer the most right now.
And it's such a it's unionized, so it's such a large group of people that they need a substantial amount of time to be able to make the decisions to put those strikes to an end. Simi, if you ever think you're going on strike, we're gonna have a problem.
Look, I can't write.
Just saying, man. Yeah, please, no more strikes. Let's play fair.
Right, it's so crazy because you're still in this show, still fighting through it, which we talked about other shows with no problem, and this show's going through all type of adversity.
They're jumping the hurdles.
Jumping the hurdles to make it happen, and it's making it happen. It's an amazing show. I know you love it. Now,
I do.
This show has so much fame to it, so much stuff. Everybody knows the show. The show's worldwide. You're now traveling around specifically with Comic-Cons and adapting to that character. Is there a level of pressure that you're feeling now because now you're being more known? But we always talked about this. You don't really want the huge fame. You want to be able to be an actor.
I just want to be able to do the work.
Yeah, do what you love.
Yeah, I want to be able to do the work. And that's the only thing that really matters. The thing about shows blowing up like this, that, at least for me, with a piece of it that I don't really get to express, and a piece of it that I feel like most people don't understand, is that happens after my job is done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to do my job over and over and over again. And sometimes it just works out where the show is received at this level.
Yeah.
But the way that I feel about it is the same. You know what I mean? I've left from days on The Boys feeling like, dang it, I wish I could have just, or I wish I would have had this idea, or why didn't I commit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The same way that I do on any other project. But the majority of the show is a big pot of gumbo. And sometimes there's just different ingredients in there that hit, and sometimes they don't. And sometimes the gumbo is pristine and everybody loves it. And other times it's more of an acquired taste, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But the piece of it that I'm putting in is the same every single time. So whether this is the biggest thing that I ever do, doesn't faze me at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? The next project that I do, if 100 people saw it, that's fine. If long as I feel good about my performance at the end of the day, that's all that I'm really striving towards. If I can pay my bills, if I can feed my family, and they call those passion projects.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of times what happens, especially for filmmakers, not necessarily for actors, because we don't get, a lot of times actors don't get to choose. You kind of choose from a much smaller pool. But if you're a filmmaker, what happens more times than not is they make something, it blows up, and then they do nothing but passion projects after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have a huge hit, producers have a huge hit, and then they just do the story that means the most to them, or the thing that impacted their childhood the most, and nobody sees it. It goes to a festival, they don't care. It's soul food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's that level of, it's almost like meditation during work.
Yeah, we're not chasing. Some people are. Some people are chasing huge projects, big budgets, you know, huge profit, awards, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not chasing those things. I'm chasing that undeniable outer body experience that I get from being locked in with another actor on camera and performing, and then like you snap out of it and you just feel this rush of adrenaline of like, oh my gosh, that was me being in the moment. That's what I care about. So, you know, I can do that in a commercial, or in a play, or a independent film, or in another series like The Boys.
Nice. Love that, of course. And so let's get over here, grab your favorite iron.
Let's go.
And what's the goal for this one? What's a good goal for irons?
Well, it depends on what iron you got. That's a 4?
I'm gonna start with the 4.
Okay, you're gonna start with the 4. You should hit that about 180.
180?
180.
Like
200.
180 centimeters, 180 inches, foot? How are we measuring 180? You're not gonna lie. So to the left of us.
Yeah, she's crushing it.
So Tiger Woods, the female Tiger Woods.
It's beautiful every time.
You guys can probably hear it in the background sound. That's not us. Just to let you know, but we're gonna use it like it's us. 2.
That was further than my drive.
Further than your drive.
She's
bad?
great. No, you're amazing.
240 with a 3-wood is bad.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Still.
No, look at your balls and look where ours went. Look where ours went.
All in one zone, and ours is all over the place.
Great.
Beyond that, I mean, obviously, I already know what's next, but you can speak to them and let them know what's next. Outside of being an actor,
okay.
you know, you spoke about production company. You spoke about you actually had a short film. That you filmed with our brother Daniel was in it as well. It's called Father's Love, right? That was your first time
producing something.
Yeah. What was the experience being on the other side of the camera, doing a production like that? You think about that, you know?
Right.
We're doing production, and then let us know, let the people know, you know, where is your passion gonna take outside of being an actor, you know?
Okay.
Whether you're gonna be a director, producer, what are your plans with all these extra curricular activities that you're taking in?
I'm indulging in? Okay.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'll start. And meanwhile, I'm gonna beat this 207.
Come on.
While you think about that.
You know what? We're not even gonna count that one.
Are we rolling?
We're not gonna. Yeah. Oh yeah. You're rolling. We're not gonna count.
We rolling? Damn. I still have so many angles. This one got it all.
I'll get the 200. You get the 7. And then we'll add.
Is that what I got? I got 7.
You got 8.
8. All right, hold on 1 second.
It actually, no, it doesn't even say.
Doesn't even say. All right.
It says 0 yards.
I was so used to the driver. That's what it was.
Gotta adjust, I know.
Yeah, gotta adjust. Okay, see? That's a little better.
Uh-huh. Get down there. Easy 100.
94.
94. We'll take it.
Like a beg for 100 and still didn't even get it. You gonna try again with the 4? Yeah, you might as well. You did that 200.
Yeah, I know.
See if you can run that right back.
Let me see if it's a fluke.
Let me see your 4. Your 4 is thicker than Big Bertha.
Nah, it's a little thinner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thinner. That's what I meant. Thinner than me. Is there a reason for that or not?
Yeah, it helps with the lie.
The lie?
The lie. Like when you lay it down, it helps keep it where it should be.
When it's thicker?
Yeah. But it's also harder to manipulate, but it's okay because we're not manipulating our clubs.
We're not manipulating a single thing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Back to that question that I had just previously asked.
Uh-huh.
What do you
What's the plan? Well,
what's the plans and the essential dream?
Okay. The dream is a fully functional and operational, self-sustaining, not necessarily, it's never self-sustaining, but as sustaining as possible, production company.
Okay.
Where I can source intellectual property and make it into a film or a TV show or whatever it is. The goal for me personally was always, and this happened during that COVID season, I don't want to have to leave town for 9 months in order to feed my family. You know what I mean? My daughter's getting older. The time that we spend together is just as important now as it always will be. I want to be able to make the decision to be present sometimes. I don't want to have to always take a role and go wherever it is for however long and have no say in that in order to pay my bills. I'm still going to do it. I still love my job. I love the traveling aspect of it. But sometimes I want to be able to say, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Nala's fine. The house is good. The family's all good. I'm going to stay home this summer. Yeah. And I think having the production company keeps me in the world that I love, but allows me to buy my time back. So that's what everything is about, and also because you get to play around in different rooms when you wear different hats. Like as an actor, you just do the actor thing, but as a producer, you could do the producer thing. I love being behind the camera. So like one day I want to jump into it and start directing some stuff. You know what I mean? I just want to be able to like spread my wings a little bit. And doing it all under my own production company, it seems like a pretty good way to do it. So that's sort of what I'm getting at.
How do you feel about sourcing a specific project that you always want to play? So now, for example, you always have those dilemmas with well-known actors that are like, playing a certain character forever or certain genre, like all comedy, but they practiced their entire life doing drama, and they practiced their entire life doing like other stuff, and maybe they want to be a action star.
Yeah.
We know who we're talking about. Everybody, maybe they want to be an action star.
It happens.
Is that in your mindset too, as far as sourcing material, where you're like, you know what, maybe I'll get, what's a genre that you really, really have a passion in for? Because, I mean, you understand acting down to a science, where you understand all different types and you practice the crafts.
To be honest with you, I've done so many different genres and different types. And even before my on-camera work, like when I was just doing theater, because in theater, you do anything. You know what I mean? You be trying a lot. Even sometimes in the same play, you'll be doing multiple characters and whatever. You change wardrobe, you change character. It's just smaller production, so you have to do more. So I don't think there's any area that I've been wanting to touch that I haven't. There are areas that I want to do more of. Like I would love to do some more serious drama. That was my bread and butter for a long time. And I loved it. I still love it. Drama is my first on-camera love. So I would love to do that. I'd like to jump back into some more voiceover work, do some more cartoons and stuff. Like that stuff is fun too. Eventually I'll get back into a play, and having the production company will allow me to pick and choose those things a little bit. Especially if I attach myself to them because of the fame and notoriety that I've gained over the last few years. It sort of just makes it a little bit easier to get something through the door. But for the most part, I think the best part about being an actor is having someone else bring me something that I didn't already have my mind wrapped around. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey, can you do this? And I'm just like, let me see. You know, that to me is the best part about being an actor. Sure, there's roles out there that I'm like, I want to do that. But that would always come second to me to a writer saying, I watched you do this and I believe you can do this too. And I'm like, well, shoot, let's find out together.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a collaborative thing. So I try to stay out of my own head sometimes just for that reason.
Trying to, you know,
yeah, I don't want to be the guy who's
full
just
in control.
Yeah, I don't want to be the dude who's just taking all his own roles all the time.
Yeah.
You know, but I will pick a couple. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, you changed A-Train.
Right? Yeah, yeah. A-Train's very different.
He's a whole entire different character.
That's my boy, though.
Yeah, that is. Now that looks more like it. That's what I'm talking about. See, and you know what? He turned the camera right off of you, and that's what happened.
Yeah, so we only got footage of the 200 yarder.
Oh, man.
That's all we got.
For those listening in their headphones, just to give you guys. So this is what I was exactly about to speak on. So those listening to this talk show on their headphones or in their car radio or wherever else sound is being played. Make sure you play One Time in D-Melo right after.
There you go. There you go.
But the really good swings going off in the background are actually not us.
No, that's our hero.
Right.
We just met this woman. She's amazing.
So it's gonna be subtle because we're mic'd up, but it's back there and that's not us. Just to give you guys an idea. And here it goes, Big Bertha for the 4. For some reason, I started leaning to the right. Did you see that?
Yeah, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Yeah, why are you doing that?
I don't know why.
About to screw yourself up.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Hold on.
There you go. There it is.
There you go. All right.
That's better.
So that felt a little bit better.
Uh-huh.
A little 125 with the 4.
You finished with all your homework?
125 for the 4. You know there's somebody listening to me right now and going, 125 for the 4, huh? I'm about a 160, 180 on the average,
for
buddy.
sure. I'm going straight to, look, this is where it all began for me right here. I fell in love with the Nina first. Shout out to Kith and Taylor Made for this collab, by the way. Next time they should give me these freaking clubs.
Right, you heard it, Ronnie Feig.
Let's go, let's go.
I got my 6.
You got your 6?
I got my 6.
Don't let me hit my 9 further than your 6.
Hey, listen.
Come on, Nina. What you got? All right.
What we got? Ooh. 106 with the Nina's not bad.
On the Nina, not terrible.
All right.
Not bad.
I'm gonna go over here with
take
my 6. So before I started playing with my other clubs, I used to use my 6 for anything from 100 to 200.
Facts.
Just controlling the strength. So I actually got really good. This is the only club I actually re-gripped. All right.
Special one.
Special one. My young Sace. And she did me like that.
Dang, she played you.
Played me. And you
played you.
Wait, all right, hold on. Before you get back over here, I need to do one more. I'm just not gonna, hold on. This isn't gonna happen. I don't know what's going on.
Ooh.
It's still to the right though. You know what? I think my inner grip is loose, but I got past. He's got 114 just in a different zip code.
Yeah.
You going back with the Nina or you want something else?
I'm gonna do one more with the Nina.
One more with the Nina. I'm switching mine out. 6 is going home.
6 you didn't like what 6 did to
you know what? I'm gonna try the Nina.
Here we go. This will be it.
I'll try the Nina.
You gonna try Nina?
I'm gonna try the Nina.
All right. We got to send her though. I think we were just swinging hard. We didn't need to.
Yeah.
Ooh. A little off balance.
Still green. We need to take lessons. That's what we really need.
Yo, they got coaches in here somewhere?
Yeah.
Tell them help me.
But that wasn't bad. 114 with the 9 is not bad.
Nah, that's right where I would.
It's
right
not
where
down,
I'd take
it's
her
not
out
down
at,
the middle,
so
but it's there.
I would do that, and then I'm gonna bust out a 56 after this actually and try a chip.
He said, all right, cool. Uh-oh. I think I'm picking up again.
Are you standing up?
I think I'm standing up again. Hold on.
Gotta stay in it.
Yeah, I gotta stay in it. Hold on.
It's easier too. I'm tired of reaching in this little bucket.
Move them all forward.
Yeah, here we go.
Do all that. Hold on. You know what it was? My phone was in my front pockets. That's what it was.
I see. That makes no sense.
That makes no sense. I really think that's what it was, honestly.
Yeah, I hear you.
It really what it was. All right,
Sticker
cool.
on this?
All right.
All right, let's go. This is Nina
The young Nina.
for 120. There it is.
See, I told you it was the phone.
There it is.
Off to the left, but it's on the phone. I know how to fix the left one, though.
120. What I say?
120.
130. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, what'd you switch over
Nice.
to?
I switched over to a wedge actually.
To the wedge.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna grab my grounder. I want to see how I can do with this
Switched
grounder.
over to a wedge. I'm gonna try a little something on a 56. See what happens. Here we go.
We almost done.
There it is.
What we done?
75? 75, 80.
79. Is that what
79.
you're supposed to do with a wedge?
I would go a lot less than that. I wouldn't do a full swing on it.
Okay.
But that's not bad for 56.
Not bad. Is it up? How's that height?
Huh?
You want the height with the wedge, right? That's what you want?
So if
You got
I'm
your peak height at 42 feet.
If I'm bringing this out, this 56, I want 50 yards.
Tell you what, let's see what kind of control you got. You ready?
All right.
I want it. You just had an amazing drive. 320-yard hole.
Okay.
320-yard hole.
Okay.
Amazing drive, an amazing little chip, right? So your amazing drive. So you are now exactly 40 yards away from the pin.
All right.
So you want
I gotta give it 40 yards?
40 yards. 40
Watch
yards
this.
puts it in the hole.
Watch this.
35 puts you on the green.
Watch this.
And there's a sand bunker right in front of you.
All right, so I gotta get
So
over.
you gotta put it over in the sky.
Okay.
Gotta put it in the sky.
I like that scenario.
Oh, wait, there's a family of squirrels too walking by.
I got that.
Okay.
There it is.
All right, hold on. 48 yards.
48. So I'm a
Right
little
past the
far.
pin,
I'm a little past
but
the
you're still
pin.
in the green.
Still in the green. I'll take that.
And you popped 26 feet in the sky, so you're
I'm over.
past the family of squirrels and the sand bunker.
Here we go. See?
Not mad at
I'm
that.
not bad. Not bad.
All right. I got my pitching wedge.
All right, let's give you a scenario. Let's see.
I got my pitching wedge.
You got your pitching
what's
wedge?
the scenario
Okay.
for my pitching wedge?
Okay.
Pitching
So
wedge.
let's say this. You're on a par 5.
Par 5.
515 yards. You just smoked it for 310 off the tee box.
310 off the tee box?
310 off the tee
I did
box,
310
right?
off
You
the
did
tee
310,
box?
but you still got 200 left,
I got a lot left.
right? You were feeling yourself, so you pulled out your 6, right? You were like, I'm gonna just do the 6, and then I'm gonna get there on an approach. You shanked it to the right.
Okay.
So you only went like 90 yards.
Right. So about 110 out.
You about 110 out. But you gotta get there if you wanna make par. So you went for your pitching wedge.
Because I need
full
110.
swing,
So I need to hit 110 full swing right on the
110,
grass.
Right on the grass.
All right.
And then we'll worry about the rest later. You know what I
Right.
mean? We're gonna worry about the rest.
Let's see.
You might. Oh.
Did I get a little short?
A little short.
A little short, 63 yards.
Should I go short or long? I'll go
What do you
6.
want?
I'm gonna go 6.
You gonna do the 6?
I'm gonna go 6.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna go 6.
Okay.
6 iron.
6 iron. I got a good scenario for a 6 iron.
Give it to me.
You have a par 3.
Okay.
You're feeling yourself, so you're playing from the black.
Oh.
So the par 3 is 160.
All right.
So
Dang. Okay.
par 3, and
Okay.
you want to get a birdie.
Yep. So I gotta get on the
Gotta
green.
get it. Gotta get it on the green. You
Gotta
gotta
get
hit
on
the
the green.
160.
160.
150 is where the green starts.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a whole entire river and a lake right
Yeah,
between you. So it needs to be off. There's a river. There's a lake behind the river.
There's a lake.
Yeah. There's a river, then there's a lake behind the river, and then there's actually somebody gardening behind the
And there's
the
a cart
lake.
girl on the
The
approach.
cart girl's on the way, and she's
All
on
right.
the cart path, so you can't go too far left.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So it's gotta be.
I already gave the other
It's gotta
cart
be
girl a
like
black eye.
155 straight
155 straight.
Okay.
And up.
and up. Like, ooh, that wouldn't have been it. That's it. All right.
Looks good. It
we
always
go.
looks good when the ball's not there.
That's the whole, that's the whole name of the game. All right, here we go. All right, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yep. The scenario's there. Nope.
Damn.
Sploosh. This is the water.
Sploosh. You want to? We'll give you one more try. If you want one more try?
Sploosh, yeah.
Sploosh.
Let me take one more because that one is Scuba Steve right now. Here we go.
Killed a gator with that one.
I was just playing. Whoa. Double sploosh. I knew I hit like back here. I need to hit.
62.
Why did I just do that?
Wrong like that. That's okay.
It's okay, man. Just lost 2 balls in the water just now. 2.
2 of them. At least you didn't hit the cart girl.
No, I didn't hit the cart girl.
All right,
I'm not trying to get sued.
Right.
What you got?
I got a grounder.
Okay.
So this is kind of like the wedge meets. This is like the wedge and if the wedge and the pitching wedge had a baby, I believe. Is that how the grounder works? I'm not
Basically.
sure.
All right.
I kind of use this grounder. I think I can somehow get a lofted. Is that what you consider? It's called a loft when it goes up in the air.
Yeah.
I get a lofted 100 sometimes. I can control it down to a 40. So
Yeah, with your grounder, you probably averaging should be about 90 on
a
it.
90 on it.
About
Okay.
90
So
on
what am I doing?
So
What's it calling for today? It's stainless steel, by the way.
good to know.
I just noticed that it said that, right?
All right, so let's see. So you're playing closest to the pin on a par 3.
Okay.
Pin is 93 yards away.
Okay.
To the left.
To the left.
To the left. So
Okay.
you gotta hook it.
Gotta hook it.
And you can do that on this pin. All you gotta do is
Naturally.
keep your hands close to your leg.
If I just swing the way I always swing, it's gonna hook.
Perfect. Perfect. But you gotta get closest to the pin, 93 yards.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well,
You just played against somebody that hit 89 and you played against somebody that hit 100.
so I gotta hit the 90.
So you gotta hit the 90.
Gotta hit the 90. All right.
You in between 89
Loosen
and
up.
100. Uh-huh.
All right. Hold on.
It's 93 yards away. Oh, that might be it.
That might be it.
And you hooked it left.
And I hooked it left, like you asked. Oh,
Too
105.
105.
Lost the game.
Swung too hard.
But I did a good one though.
Yeah, no, that was a good shot.
That was a great shot though.
That's a great shot.
That's a good one to end though. I'm in on that. Again, thank you again to City Golf.
Yeah, man.
For having us and being here, and this was super fun. The cool thing is, which we'll be here way more now.
Yeah.
Thanks to my guy over here, Brian. He sets us up really good. So cool thing is that you can actually play an entire 18 holes virtually, which is amazing when it starts raining. And we were having a huge rain season. That was also a tee that almost took my
Took your knee out.
took my knee out in a minute.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and here goes our AD. No, you don't even need that one. You have more over there.
Yeah, that's the one
That's
you
a good
like.
one. That's a good one. Okay. All right.
All right. I know the feeling of having a tee that you like.
Yeah,
the
I
most.
keep it in my pocket. I got my pink
Yeah,
one always
you
with
can't-
me.
yeah.
It's all good. So we're just gonna wrap it up. We had some good time. You came on here with mic'd up with Michelangelo. You were mic'd up. We got some good words for the people listening. They got to hear you, complain about your swing. But we're gonna wrap it up with you. Just if you want to plug in anything that you want to plug in. Of course, we have season 4 of The Boys coming out on June 13th.
June 13th, yes.
And then what else is there anything else you wanted to let them know about?
I mean, there's a lot that I want to let them know about. There's not a lot that I can talk about just yet, but I am in the middle of developing, I talked about the whole production hat thing. In the middle of developing a couple projects, one that I'm putting together right now and developing a package for with Alan Maldonado.
Nice.
That'll be pretty dope. That'll be sick. So that's years down the road though before that'll actually be out, but it's in the works. And then I have other projects that have been coming in, stuff that I've been developing. So just be on the lookout for things of me behind the camera as well. Like you said, season 4 of The Boys, June 13th, man, here we come. Other than that, there's not a lot more I could talk about, but I'm gonna say it here now. Just remember the word pulse. That's it. That's
Pulse.
it.
Okay.
Just remember
we'll
pulse.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. Can we talk about anything? No, you know, we're gonna focus on season 4.
We're gonna focus on season 4.
Season 4.
4 is coming.
4 is coming. They've been asking for it.
Y'all been asking.
They've been asking for it, and it's coming. And
Don't
it's
cry
here.
when you get it. All right, 4 is
man.
coming.
Ooh, that's
That's a heavy statement.
That's a heavy statement. Ooh, don't cry when you get it.
Don't cry when you get it.
How often do you use that line?
Yeah, every weekend.
Okay, before we wrap up, we hit up our friends over at Rode. And we got you a little present. It's the Wireless Pro. This is actually how
sick.
we do this talk show. We mic you up with the Wireless Pros from Rode. It's super dope. They have both connections. This is their Pro package, so you have the 2 cases in here. It's got a charging case. It's got all the wires you need. It has these lavalier mics that you're wearing right now. It's got the connection so you can go straight to your phone. Both phones, if you have an Android or if you have the new iPhone or if you have the old iPhone, you go straight to camera, which is what we're doing right now. It's basically great for any type of content, so you can make sure you get that high quality sound when you're recording and you don't have to set up an entire sound booth.
Right.
Or have a boom mic follow you everywhere you go,
Right.
which you know how that's like.
Yeah.
So that's for you.
Bad. Thank you, Rode. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's straight from Rode. And then we
I'm
have,
gonna just
of
put
course,
these on, just walking down the street. Don't tell nobody.
And just be mic'd up, right?
Just be mic'd up. Just be mic'd up at the mall. Don't say nothing.
And then, of course, you have your gift bag from Quick, which you already have a bunch of Quick stuff, but
I can
we've
always
been
use
giving
some
it
more.
away, so we gave you some more.
Yes, indeed.
You don't want to open it. It's,
Okay. All
it's
right,
props.
all right.
Because I left it. Luckily, I had the bag, but we had the Quick.
We got it.
You have, of course, this tequila bottle that you started drinking before we even started filming. Now, just joking.
Yeah. That's what I was drinking on the way in.
On the way in. No. So this, we have actually a brand new one for you to take with you when you leave out.
Nice.
Of course, of all the good stuff. And make sure you sign Mickey Mouse on your way out.
All right.
Thank you again for coming, showing up. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in.
Yeah.
This was a very, very special episode of Mic'd Up. Of course, you know, I had my little brother with me and we had a good time. We got to do some golf and stuff, and we got.
I had one good swing out there. I'm gonna talk about it all day.
Good swing, Jesus Christ! What was that 235 with the 4?
With the 4, man.
And I had a 433 with the 4.
That's my claim to fame for the rest of my golf career, right there.
So make sure you guys watch us. It's at mic'dup.show everywhere on Instagram. It's gonna be on my YouTube, Michelangelo Falcon, of course, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere else. If you guys are listening, you can listen to us everywhere. You can listen to my music exactly in the exact same genre, in the exact same area that you find the podcast. But it's the talk shows everywhere to be listened to and watched. And till then, I think that's all that needs to be said, right?
Hey, man,
I think that's
it.
everything.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. Well, the mic's up here, so you kind of gotta unclip the mic.
You gotta unclip the mic.
Unclip the mic. Maybe we'll do
De-wire the mic and then drop the mic.
And maybe we'll do another one of these on
swing,
the course.
Nala.
Right.
Yeah, that would be sick.
We'll do another one of these on the course when we have some more news to deliver for you guys.
Heck yeah.
Of course. Until next time.
Until next time.
We're out.